9:59, New York City, New York. The South Tower of the World Trade Center collapses to the ground in approximately 10 seconds. 29 minutes later, the North Tower follows suit, collapsing in approximately 10 seconds. Later that evening at 5:20 p.m., World Trade Center Building 7, a 47-story skyscraper 300 feet from the North Tower, suddenly collapses.
10 seconds. These are 110-story buildings coming to Earth at near free fall speed, the rate at which an object drops through air. The lower floors would need to give way completely as the floors above them fell. Can a person walk through a closed door as quickly and smoothly as one that is open?
75 জন প্রফেসর এবং বিজ্ঞানী যারা আমেরিকার বিভিন্ন ইউনিভার্সিটিতে শিক্ষকতা করেন তারা মনে করেন 9/11 ভেতর থেকে ঘটানো হয়েছে। তারা বলেছেন যে হোয়াইট হাউসের কিছু পলিটিশিয়ান তারাই প্ল্যান করে এই টুইন টাওয়ারটা ধ্বংস করেছে।
Professor David Ray Griffin is the author of Debunking 9/11 Debunking. Prior to his extensive research on 9/11, he wrote books in many fields, including the philosophy of science.
For a believable theory about the Twin Towers, we must explain why these buildings, given the particular way they were constructed, came down as they did. Each building was supported by 287 steel columns. These columns ran from the basements through the roofs, and yet they ended up in a pile of rubble with most of the steel in pieces 25 to 50 feet long. This could happen only if these columns were sliced by some very powerful kind of energy. The towers came straight down, which could happen only if the columns at each level were sliced simultaneously. The buildings also came down at virtually free fall speed, which means the upper floors encountered no resistance from the lower floors. This could happen only by very powerful explosives set to go off in a particular order. The fact that the steel was sliced, the concrete pulverized, and the buildings came down at nearly free fall speed can be explained only in terms of forces much more powerful than the combination of fire and gravity.
The Twin Towers came down in nearly free fall speed.
I've got two 15-story buildings. We've got 80,000 tons of structural steel in this one right here, and we got air resistance here. So let's try it, okay? We'll put them both up here. We'll even give a little bit of impact load too, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh my God! The one without any resistance under it hit the ground first at virtually free fall speed.
আরো ডকুমেন্টারি আছে, একটাতে বলা হয়েছে সেখানে ব্ল্যাক বক্স থাকার কথা। প্রত্যেক প্লেনে দুটো ব্ল্যাক বক্স থাকে। এই ব্ল্যাক বক্সগুলো 3000 ডিগ্রি তাপমাত্রায় কয়েক ঘন্টা ধরে পুড়লেও টিকে থাকবে, কিন্তু মাত্র 1-2 ডিগ্রি তাপমাত্রায় সবগুলো ব্ল্যাক বক্স ধ্বংস হয়ে গেল। এটা আসলে প্ল্যান করে করা। এই ঘটনার মাত্র কয়েক সপ্তাহ পরেই ওসামা বিন লাদেন উম্মা নামে একটা ম্যাগাজিনে সাক্ষাৎকার দিয়েছিল। সে বলেছিল, আমি মুসলিম, মিথ্যে কথা বলি না। আমার মত অনুযায়ী নিরীহ মহিলাদের হত্যা করা এটা নিষিদ্ধ, এটা ঠিক না। নিরীহ শিশুদের হত্যা করা অন্যায়, কোন নিরীহ মানুষকে হত্যা করা অন্যায়। ইসলাম এটা নিন্দা করে। ওসামা বিন লাদেন একটা সাক্ষাৎকারে এই কথা বলেছিল।
The dramatic collapse of World Trade Center 7 is something everyone ought to see. I suspect that few have actually looked at it to date. It's very dramatic. It would be helpful actually to show a demolition of some other building, which we know is controlled demolition. So you can see how it dips in the middle and comes straight down and rapidly. And also you see coming off the sides these jets of gas and debris, smoke puffing out of there. And that's very typical of explosive demolition. All these characteristics, the straight down fall and the rapid fall. And then you would look at, for comparison, Building 7, and you can see what I mean. It really does look like an explosive demolition. something that needs to be explored very carefully, but the characteristics are there. So you look at the building, you see it dip in the middle first, and the sides bow in a little bit, and then you see it come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. And right down onto its footprint. You see, that's the goal of controlled demolition.
In this live BBC footage from September 11th, reporter Jane Stanley announces the collapse of Building 7 while it is still intact in the window behind her. How did BBC know this in advance of the event?
Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
Well, only really what you already know. Details are very, very sketchy. As you can see behind me, the trade center appears to be still burning. We see these huge clouds of smoke and ash, and we know that behind that there's an empty piece of what was a very familiar New York skyline, a symbol of the financial prosperity of this city, but completely disappeared now, and New York is still unable to take on board what has happened to them today.
এই কাজটা আসলে ভেতর থেকেই করা হয়েছিল, আর এটার উপরে আপনারা অনেক ভিডিও দেখতে পাবেন, 9/11, লুজ চেঞ্জ, ফারেনহাইট, অনেক। এগুলো যদি দেখেন, এটা একেবারে স্পষ্ট ওপেন সিক্রেট যে টুইন টাওয়ারের এই হামলা এটা আসলে করেছে জর্জ বুশ নিজেই।